Happy Hearts Kids!
In the town of Willow Creek lived a little boy named Milo. Now, Milo was just an ordinary boy except for one extraordinary thing. He had a magical pocket. It wasn't big enough to fit a ball or a comic book, but it was the perfect size for a tiny lion, a ladybug, an earthworm, or a butterfly. All sorts of animals, big and small, could fit inside his pocket, and they did. Every day after school, Milo would walk home from school whistling a happy tune. Sometimes he'd stop by the pet store on Main Street, where he'd buy food for the animals in his pocket. He'd bring home all sorts of creatures, each more fascinating than the last. He had a three-toed sloth, a thorny devil, and even a baby kangaroo. Now, Milo's mother was a bit worried about all the commotion all these animals created, but she knew her son was kind and would take good care of them. She was right. He always made sure they had enough food and water. He talked to them and played with them. They were all his best friends. One day, Milo was playing with his dinosaur outside when a bully named Butch and his two cronies approached him. Well, what do we have here? A little scaredy cat, sneered Butch, trying to grab Milo's dinosaur. Leave me alone, said Milo, but Butch was too strong. He pushed Milo to the ground and took his toy. Just then, something incredible happened. The animals in Milo's pocket sensed his sadness and anger. One by one, they started to move. Out popped a tiny lion, shook its mane and let out a mighty roar. Butch and his goons were so scared they dropped the toy and ran away as fast as they could. The lion went back into Milo's pocket, and the boy couldn't stop smiling. That day, Milo learned that when he needed help, all he had to do was think about it, and the animals in his pocket would appear. Of course, this didn't work all the time. When Milo wanted to use his new fire truck, for example, a little monkey popped out instead. Oh, no, not again, he said with a sigh. But his mom just smiled. It looks like you have company now, she said, handing the fire truck to Milo. Why don't you play with your new friend? Milo thought for a moment. Maybe having a little monkey wasn't so bad after all. He spent the whole afternoon building a jungle gym for the two of them. Days turned into weeks, and Milo had many more adventures with his new friends. He learned that the animals in his pocket were brave, funny, and sometimes even a little naughty. He also learned that they had very special abilities. The ladybug could fly, the ant could carry 50 times its weight, and the lion was super strong. One day, Milo and his family were picnicking in the park when a group of mean kids approached them. Hey, little kids, this is our park now, they said. You gotta get out of here. They started kicking a soccer ball toward Milo's little sister, Lily. Suddenly, a big butterfly flew out of Milo's pocket and landed on the ball, causing it to deflate. The kids looked in disbelief as the butterfly fluttered around them. Then it flew back into Milo's pocket. Let's just leave these weird kids alone, said Milo's dad, getting up. I think we've made enough trouble for one day, he added with a wink at Milo. As the sun began to set, Milo walked home from the park. He was tired, but happy. He loved his life in Willow Creek, and he loved his pocket pals. He knew that no matter what happened, he could always count on his brave, funny animal friends. Do you want to know what other adventures Milo had with his pocket pals? Well, then be sure to stay tuned because there are many more stories to come. Bye for now.